The Gunners get pumped by the Hammers, and the Arsenal relinquish the hold of the Premier League title that they had a pinky finger on, probably, but they did kick off the game. Gabriel Jesus, really well worked goal for Ben White, playing it into Jesus. 1-0. Then after this, brilliant play for Martinelli against Indy Odegaard, and Odegaard finishes it. Could have made it 3, could have made it 4, blah blah blah. West Ham were pretty shite, but I expected this because, I mean, not only right are Arsenal one of the best teams in the in England right now. I mean, I don't think you can dispute that personally, but you know, you had West Ham in European action midweek against Ghent or Genk. I always get them confused, right? Gent, Genk, good night, whoever. So you just expect Arsenal, but this wee West Ham team, they'll be tired. No, West Ham, you know what? Fair play to them. They got back into this game. Had a stupid incident at the back with Thomas Partey flicking the ball up, and then he's lost it. Declan Rice plays it across. Big Gabriel dives in. It was a reckless challenge, that. No need whatsoever. Buzz that. West Ham are laughing because Benrahma sticks it clean into the back of the net. There will be another penalty in this game, but it's worth mentioning. It was pure, utter dog meat, because we go into the second half and you think, right, Arsenal cannot blow another lead like they did last week at Anfield. We probably should have reviewed that game. We did watch it, I guess, but I don't know, man. Sometimes if you're watching English football, it's just a bit. Even though that Liverpool Arsenal game was like a brilliant spectacle to watch, I don't know. It's just not a lot of. Listen, there's not an awful lot of passion. Speaking about the Scottish football, like Scottish football's old school, man. You watch fucking the Premier League and it's so like they're half and half scarves and all that shite, and Arsenal fans talking about all their ultras like, oh, and you got arrested the game for bad mouthing a player. What? The fuck's that about, man? It's just so pish and shite, but that's what it is. Handball here for Antonio, which then prompts a penalty. Personally, I think Saka was shite all game. I'd have let Gabriel Jesus take this, but of course, I don't know what I'm talking about. So Saka steps up, but turns out I do know what I'm talking about, because Saka puts it wide. And I mean, it was similar to the Salah miss last week. Salah's was more along the deck. This was more in the air. That's like the only difference, but same side and everything. So not good from that perspective for Arsenal. And if this goes in, Arsenal easily win the game, in my opinion. It completely flattens the London Stadium crowd. But of course, 2 minutes after this, big Jared Bowen, big ball for the back for Kerr into Bowen. You know what? Aaron Ramsdale, he should do better. But to be fair to West Ham probably could have won and probably should have won this in the end. Antonio hit the bar, and it leaves the English Premier League table looking like this. It is a bit more messy, the English Premier League table, compared to the Scottish, because there is teams that are on like 31 and teams that are on 29 and all that shite. But if we take a look at the league table here, Arsenal do sit top, but City have a game in hand, and also crucially, Arsenal play City at the Etihad, right? See these people, right? I understand why people think, oh, the league's done now, right? I do get that mentality, but it's in Arsenal's hand. All they've got to do is go to the Etihad and get a draw. And see, for a team, right, that's challenging for the league and has looked better than City at points this season. I mean, you've got right. I'd go to say that Arsenal have been better than City because, you know, they're top of the league. That's kind of how it works. But I don't see how Arsenal, they don't even need to beat City at the Etihad. Arsenal just need to draw at the Etihad and win the rest of their games, and that's it. Like, they're at home to Chelsea. Chelsea are pissed. Chelsea could get fucking relegated or that shite. And then you've, alright, away to Newcastle. That will be tough, but we've just saw Aston Villa rip Newcastle to shreds. If the wheels came off the Arsenal bus, potentially, but I wouldn't completely write out their season. You know what? I think for Arsenal fans, it'd be very disappointing not to win the league, because it's just looked so likely. Like the last time when they had that wee blip, City overtook them or whatever, and then Arsenal beat Villa, and then City dropped points, and then Arsenal, of course, getting a few games in hand over City. No, playing a few more, getting a bigger gap. But yeah, you can't blow two 2-0 leads back to back. It's the first time it's ever happened for league leaders, and man, it's no a good look. But personally, I think City will win the league, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's over. It just makes that Etihad game fucking massive. And aye, folks, that is us signing out. As for the league table, Joe Aribo, he's loving life at Southampton, isn't he? I don't even know where Joe. Anytime you look at Southampton and they're playing, Joe Aribo's nowhere near the fucking team. So I don't really understand what's going on, but it is what it is, folks. And Nottingham Forest currently in the relegation zone, and they need a big win today. Tell you what, who could go? For some weird fucking reason, there were all that hype about like 12th and down. It was close, but all these teams have won. Like Crystal Palace, Wolves, Bournemouth. I mean, West Ham have did recently good in their form. Leeds have well picked up. I mean, all this hype about Sean Dyche could be going straight back down, man. Interesting end of the season. Or Leicester and Southampton down. I think Southampton are down, but Leicester, I think there's just too many quality players to go down, personally. But anyway, they've Dean Smith in charge, which doesn't really bode well for them. But that's it, folks. Until next time, Fog Fitbus signing out.